Tonight we welcome you to Tropicana Field as the fans gather for the opening game of an 11-game homestand, the longest of the year for the Rays. In fact, their longest in 5 years here at Tropicana Field. And the first team in, the Tampa Bay Rays, entertain the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball. Great to have you with us. With Kevin Kennedy, I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you around. Todd Callis will be joining us as well. Well, Kevin, this Detroit ball club, tough. You know, they're injury-laden, but still third in the Central, and they have Miguel Cabrera stationed in the middle of their lineup.
Well, he's trying to be the Triple Crown winner in the American League. That hasn't happened in an awful long time. You got to go back to, what, Carl Yastrzemski, maybe 1967. 350 batting average, that's second in the AL. 24 home runs, that's also second. The 88 RBIs, incredibly, that's first. And he's getting this done now without a lot of help behind him. It's Brennan Bosch. The youngster's going to be behind him tonight in the lineup. So how many pitches is he going to get it to hit? I'll tell you, there's one guy you're not going to pitch to in the game on the line. It's Miguel Cabrera.
And you don't find many Triple Crown winners. Only 8 other hitters in the history of the American League have won a Triple Crown. For the Rays, trying to stop Miguel Cabrera and perhaps at times pitch around him will be the right-hander. The Rays have Matt Garza on the hill. Two starts. 2 starts ago, he pitched very well to get victory number 10. Struggled his last time. Yeah,
right before the All-Star break, he pitched his best game right here at the Trop. I mean, he had 6 innings of one-hit ball, had excellent command. That was the key, through 75% strikes. Well, we talked about, in the pregame show about the home runs he gave up in Baltimore. Of course, you were there, you saw that, and he said, I didn't know where the ball was going. His first 9 starts, he knew where the ball was going. The ERA in a low 2. Since that point, 6.79, and that's not going to get it done here down the stretch. After this homestand, 1/3 of the season left. So Matt Garza, he does have the 10 wins. He has had a little bit of run support, but it's up to him to have command because he's got too good of stuff to pitch like he's been pitching lately.
Yeah, Matt Garza, 10-game winner at 10-5, making the start for the Rays. And a good arm, a young right-hander, Max Scherzer, will do the pitching for the Detroit Tigers, coming in with a mark of 7-7. You could call it a pivotal homestand. Joe Madden says this one is a very big one for the Rays. They're running second in the tough AL East, 3 games back of New York. They'll see the Tigers, the Yankees, and the Twins on this stand. Baseball tonight, brought to you by Amscott, the Money Superstore, by Checkers, Little Place, Big Taste, and by Toyota, moving forward. There is some great baseball in store at Tropicana Field as the Rays begin this 11-game homestand. The Detroit Tigers, the first team in. Joe Madden flanked there by Davey Martinez, his bench coach, and Jim Hickey, the Rays pitching coach, to the right side of your screen. And we'll take a look at the Detroit starting lineup. Austin Jackson, the outstanding rookie in center field. Will Rhymes hit second at second. Johnny Damon, the DH. Miguel Cabrera with imposing numbers, the cleanup hitter at first. That's Brennan Bosch in right field. Ryan Rayburn is in left with Don Kelly at third. Gerald Laird will hit 8th. He'll do the catching. And Danny Wirth is the shortstop batting 9th.
Tigers lineup will face Matt Garza. The right-hander is 10-5 coming in. 19 starts, 1 complete game, 4.36 with the earned run average. 119 2/3 innings pitched, and with those home runs he gave up last week, he's now given up 18 home runs overall. 259 batting average against. Here's the defense, 4th in the American League as far as fielding percentage. The Rays come in at 986 as a group. Carl Croft in left, B.J. Upton in center, and Ben Zobrist in right field. Evan Longoria at third base, Jason Bartlett at short, Reed Brignac at second base tonight, and Carlos Pena at first. Kelly Shopik behind the plate for Matt Garza.
Jimmy Leyland, the skipper of the Detroit Tigers. His 5th season heading up the Tigers. Won a World Series, as you know, with the Marlins in '97. Had 3 division title with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And now managing this Detroit Tiger ball club that is beaten up. Injuries. They've lost Ordonez and Jaguian. And Matt Garza set to go to work against the Detroit Tigers. Here's Austin Jackson. He starts the evening 7th in the league in hitting at .318. And the first pitch of this game is a strike. Fastball to start it. So we're underway. Jackson takes a look at another strike, 0-2. He does strike out a bit, but he's, as we said, 7th in the league in hitting and over .350 against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, and I got to believe 7th in the league is a little bit of a surprise.
He's out on strikes. 3 pitches, 1 out.
Three fastballs from Matt. He knew where these ones were going. Up the ladder intentionally. You see Kelly Shopik with the high target. Good call right above the hands of Austin Jackson. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And the reason I say surprised, Dwayne, and you might agree with this, is that, you know, the jury was out whether he was going to hit in the big leagues. You know, no question about he was the Yankees' #1 prospect. But the jury was out whether he would be, be able to handle big league pitching right now, and he certainly has.
Now the first pitch to Will Rhymes, and that's a fly ball to center. First pitch fastball, and Rhymes, after watching Garza deliver 3 fastballs to Jackson, jumped on that first pitch fastball, but hit a fly ball. Boy, and that helps. You know, the pitch efficiency for Matt Garza, that last start prior to the All-Star break, was fantastic because he knew he was on a limited pitch count. You know, he did was throw 75% strikes and got through 6 innings and only gave up 1 hit. Now it's Johnny Damon. He's the designated hitter. The pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. Damon always looks as if he's ready to run right out of that batter's box. Yeah, he does. That wide open stance, but then he'll close a little bit as he gets into his rhythm. Fouls it up the first base side, out in front of Tom Brookins, the first base coach, and then beyond. Brookins. Gene Lamont is coaching third for Jim Leland. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Garza last pitched against the Tigers at the end of August last year and lost 6-2, gave up 6 runs in 5 innings. And a broken back ground ball foul. So the count will go to 2-2. And we had a great shot of Damon's feet there in the batter's box, and I don't know what rhythm is going on inside his head, but it's definitely there. I heard he's a good dancer. Yeah, he has to be. Here's the feet. They're always moving. That wide open stance, that back foot is actually on the line. Yeah, there's a cha-cha or a rumba or something going on in there. Hitting is all about rhythm. Some guys are stand still. Some guys like to keep their hands moving. He keeps everything moving. And a foul the other way this time. Going to slice out a play into the stands. 2 outs with the bases empty. Just underway. Rays and the Tigers tonight. Rays off their 5-4 road trip. And now full count. The pitch missed away. Good effort right there. It was outside, though. There's no doubt about that. Plenty off the outside corner. 3-2. Sharply hit foul outside of first base, down beyond the bullpen area. On deck is Miguel Cabrera. And a liner caught by Bartlett at short to retire the side. 1-2-3. We go to the Rays half of the first. No score. The Rays and the Tigers. As a reminder, you can experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase or for more information. Check with the sports section to see if any trades have been made with the deadline looming.
I got my cell phone on. I've got the internet on. I'm ready.
Yep.
In case any of my scout friends out there want to text me and give me some inside info.
Well, here is Miguel Cabrera to lead it off. And that first pitch, a fastball and a big cut by Cabrera. Well, he leads the league in runs batted in, second in hitting and in home runs.
He got a fastball that tied him up. He tried to bring his hands inside of it. The ball was actually off the inside corner.
And again, a fastball in there. 0-2.
Same pitch. Both of them were balls. But when you're hitting 350, can't really question what Miguel Cabrera's been doing. Those are just, look at the movement on those pitches.
That's great movement up and in. A 2-strike count. Down and away, and a slider right there. That's the first one we've seen.
Yep. All fastballs.
14 straight fastballs to start.
Sure did.
Cabrera fouls a fastball there.
Yeah, you think about the Triple Crown. That is tough to do.
That's right. There have only been 8 guys. Wow. It's been done 9 times in the American League by 8 different hitters. That's it. And we're going to have more on that in the 4th inning in our trivia quiz. So you don't want to miss that tonight. 1-2 the count to Cabrera. Bosch next, and then Rayburn. Down and away. 2-2. Actually, I look forward to that trivia question.
Well, I love that stuff because I remember a couple of them back in the 60s. And I think I could say this. It's not blowing the question. The National League. I could talk about the National League.
Okay, sure.
Was it not Joe Medwick, the last one?
Well, I'm not sure what the question is going to be yet. If it's going to include the National League or both leagues or the American League or what. Cabrera is out on strikes meanwhile. Second strikeout for Garza. Here's that strikeout pitch.
Yeah, sequence of fastballs in under the hands, a couple sliders, and then he goes away with the fastball to finish him off. That's a great sequence, but it all started because he executed 2 pitches up and in this particular sequence.
Bosch, the right fielder. He's hitting .312, and that's after recent struggles at the plate. 12 homers and 51 runs batted in for Brennan Bosch. A ball, no strikes. Kevin, you saw this young man when everybody thought he was going to be a pitcher.
Yes, I did. And he was in high school in the San Fernando Valley. And at the time, a friend of mine had a baseball academy we were running and owning. And a friend of mine named Ken Medlock said, hey, come out and see this kid pitch. He's a pretty good pitcher. I've been working with him privately.
25 years old now. And he went around. It's 2-1.
And you know, at the time, I guess he was excited because I, you know, just gotten out of the big leagues and been, you know, covering the Dodgers, and he was a Dodger fan growing up and all that, and I was going to come out and watch him pitch like it was a big deal to him. You know,
well, hey,
you know,
we feel the same way.
Oh, sure. But it was just interesting because I didn't know he could hit. I saw him pitch, and he had a pretty good arm.
That's a strike. Fastball squares it at 2-2.
And my friend Ken Medlock, who was also played for 10 years, he was a hitter, and then he became a pitcher. And then when he got hurt, he became an actor. And there's in a lot of baseball movies. Well, he's actually going to be in the movie with playing Grady Fuess on The Scout opposite Brad Pitt in the Moneyball movie. But he does private lessons to this day, and this is one of the kids he taught how to hit. And I talked to Brennan a couple months ago, and we were doing a show together, and I didn't even know that he was the same one. He said, by the way, Kevin, he said, you came saw me pitch. So I said, can you still pitch? He goes, well, I don't know about that. I'm having fun swinging the bat. But anyway, it's a nice story.
Is fouled up the right or the left side and back toward the stands, out of play. So we'll see another pitch.
A little irony for him because the Tigers in interleague play were playing in Dodger Stadium that very weekend, and he invited the guy that taught him how to hit, my partner Ken Medlock, and of course his family. And he was sitting right next to his dad, and that night, it's Saturday night in Dodger Stadium, he hit a home run. So it's a nice start to the big leagues anyway for Brennan Bosch.
Burns is 3-2. Bounces in and to the backstop on a curveball attempt for ball 4. So that's the first base runner, a 1-out walk in the second. Eric Shelton and Jim Hickey talking pitching and hitting, no doubt.
Sharing seats. That was the first curveball that Matt threw. Sometimes Matt early, especially with the slider and the curve, he tries to throw a better one than he has to. He really tries to pinpoint it. Instead of just being free and easy with that release point.
Ryan Rayburn up there. He's in left field. Pitch is upstairs. A ball to no strikes. It's fouled straight back.
He got a pretty good pitch to hit right there. He was all over it. Fastball up. He's got a little bit of power. We saw that last year.
Yeah, he had 16 home runs.
Yep.
And a little over 260 at bats last year. That's a great ratio.
It is, and he's going to get some chances now with Ordonez out.
Down to third, back of the bag, Longoria to Brignac, over to first for the double play. A great pickup by Longoria and a perfect feed to Brignac at second as the Rays pull the 5-4-3 double play to retire the side. No score. Here's a reminder, you can join Dave Schreiber Friday during the game against the Yankees for a live chat on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Voice your opinion and chat with other Rays fans about the game. So join Dave Friday at 7 on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Dave's busy again tonight. He's working all the time.
There's a lot of work right there.
That's right.
You know about that.
Starting young.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Don Kelly. He's playing third base, and the pitch is a strike. You know, we're talking about the Rays offense, and, you know, there was a strikeout by Bartlett. They strike out, we can't finish our
that's our point.
I mean, that's exactly it.
Well, you know, names that we've heard. We've heard guys like Ty Wigginton's names have been out there. Corey Hart's names been out there. Jason Worth, obviously, because they believe Dominic Brown is ready. No question about that. They believe he's ready, and they're not going to re-sign Jason Worth, so that's kind of the obvious name.
A ball, 2 strikes. And you wouldn't pass up a guy who might have power and strike out if he could make the right deal. That's one thing. But trying to get a hitter that would complement the pieces the Rays have here and help the offense be better. Crawford coming in, and he makes the catch. Because the Rays have gotten guys on bases. I think that they'll tell you that they haven't manufactured as many runs as you'd like because of the strikeout factor.
Yeah.
They have some tools here that would help manufacture runs. And if they did that, they could be a house of fire.
Yeah, you
could be something.
Yeah. You don't have to hit home runs, the 3-run home run. The way the Rays like to run anyway. You just got to make sure you have guys that put it in play, though.
Pitch is down to Laird. And I talked about how many times they've gotten a man at third with fewer than 2 outs, and they've had more opportunities than everybody in the major leagues, and they've also scored more runs than anybody else. But their rate of conversion is 17th in the big leagues in that department. And therein lies the problem. They get a lot of opportunities because they, number one, have a lot of speed. And so you'll get guys at third. And Joe Madden emphasizes going first to third and second to home. And they do that very well. Swing and a miss by Laird. It's 2-1. And so if they get a guy at third as many times as they do, and just get a guy who can make contact, who can extend it at bat, make contact, have a good professional major league at bat, that number of conversion that's now 17th will go up, and the offense will be that much better with that type of hitter.
Yeah.
And that's the point that I wanted to make. You don't have to have a guy who's going to hit a ball 400 feet. You want a professional hitter who, on a team that gets a guy at third as often as this team does with 2 outs or fewer, that's a big addition to a team. Well,
there's been too many times, too, where the Rays have loaded the bases, and then you see strikeout, pop out. That's what you're talking about. A runner at third, less than 2 outs, and a strikeout.
And a wave and a miss. Laird is out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down.
I'd say Josh Willingham's another name of the Nationals. His name's been brought up. There's that fastball that's moving right above the hands of the hitters tonight. He's got a good fastball in, and he's right in on the hands. Laird's had a tough year. Boy, Tiger fans have been all over him all season long. And 185.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Worth. He lays off the high fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled back. 1-1.
I've always felt about strikeouts. If you're going to strike out 130, 140, 150 times, you better be hitting 30 to 35 home runs.
Yeah, that's conventional wisdom, and it's conventional wisdom for a reason. But I think you're absolutely right.
Because otherwise, you utilize your speed or what you have. Hitting 12, 13 home runs with 140 strikeouts isn't going to get it done. Carlos Pena, you expect that, but he's going to hit you 35 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a pace. Well, right now, Pena 21 homers and 61 runs batted in. He's going to strike out, but he's going to give you that kind of power and run production.
Well, he's also that presence. If you make a mistake and he centers it, it's out of the ballpark. He's got more home runs than doubles. He's got 21 homers and 12 doubles. Tells you what kind of power he's got. So it's still a 1-2 count to the number 9 hitter,
Danny Worth, who's playing at shortstop tonight. The Tigers lost Inge on the 19th with that hand injury, and then Saturday lost Ordonez and Guillen in the same game. 2-2. Curveball that time from Garza.
It's not unlike what happened to the Boston Red Sox when they had all those injuries basically all within a week or two of each other. And all of a sudden they went from being right at the top of the division with the Rays and the Yankees to 8 games out again. And when they get healthy, they can make that ground up too, the Red Sox. So you got to put the hammer down if you're the Rays right now. Try to catch the Yankees, but keep your distance between them and Boston.
2-2. Fly ball back to right field. Zobrist backing up, and he makes the grab. Reaching up, made the grab, and took a tumble, but held on to that line drive off the bat of Danny Worth. That will retire the side. A stretch by Zobrist to make the grab. And it's time for the AT&T Mobility Trivia question. That big, who was the last American League player to win the Triple Crown? We mentioned there have been 8 hitters to win a Triple Crown 9 times out of the group of 8. 9 Triple Crown awards, leading the league in hitting and home runs and runs batted in, and 8 separate hitters have accumulated those 9 awards. Well, we go to the 4th inning. Austin Jackson leads it off. Jackson struck out his first time. Pitch is fouled back. Now the Rays right-hander Garza has faced 9 men through the first 3 innings. He did walk a man in the second, but got a double play ball. And a chop headed to shortstop. Glove by Bartlett, and the throw's on the money. And Jim Leyland has been ejected, the manager of the Detroit Tigers, and it was over B.J. Upton being called safe here at second when he was clearly out. That on top of Upton taking a pitch that was a strike for ball 4. And Leyland came out and confronted Marty Foster, and apparently Marty was upset because Leyland ruined his shirt, I guess. Yeah, he thought he spit on him, but now I'm sure there was some spray there, but you know, Jimmy Leyland did not do that intentionally, at least from that shot. When you're talking that close to an umpire and you're explaining your point, that's going to happen, but Marty didn't care about that. First game of the series, got his new shirt all cleaned and ironed in the hotel, and you know, official issue of Major League Baseball. He didn't care for that. Nobody wants to be spit on, but the way I see it, that did not look like it was intentional at all. So it seemed to me you have to have a little leeway there, especially when the manager's right, Jimmy Leyland. I mean, he was blown up easily at second base. Yeah, he sure was. 1-1 to count on Rhymes. It's amazing how managers can see it 200 feet away better than the umpire. Sometimes it's right on top of it. And by the way, it was a great play by Rhymes. Was that Rhymes covering there? Rhymes, yeah. On that play, yeah, Rhymes. That was a great play by him. The ball was running away. Could have sailed into the outfield. Backhanded down at first by Pena. Garza off the mound to cover. Nice little play there. Wow, we're seeing the defense again tonight. You and I talk about this. Yep, 3 to 5 times a night. The Rays give you that. We've seen a double play ball turned around by Longoria to Brignac. We saw that play there by Carlos Pena. That saved a base hit, maybe a double. And Zobrist, by the way, in the 3rd inning on Danny Worth's ball. Fantastic catch to take a double, maybe a triple away. That's not an easy play with the topspin that ball had by Carlos Pena to backhand it and get it over to Garza. Well done. Here's Damon. Pitch is high. Johnny line to the shortstop. His first time. Hits it high and foul down the right side, out of play. 1-1. First game of the series. The Tigers in for 4. New York will follow, and then Minnesota. So some great baseball, and we hope you're making plans to be a part of it here at Tropicana Field on this homestand. Fastball for strike 2.
It's hard to believe after this homestand we're at the 1/3 of the season left mark.
Yep.
Be 108 games in.
July almost gone. That squares the count to Damon. Breaking ball. Tigers in here after splitting a day-night doubleheader against the Blue Jays in Detroit yesterday. Rays won the final game of their road trip in Cleveland.
Those are fun.
Oh boy!
Don't you love those?
Day-night doubleheaders. Wow, split doubleheaders.
Lloyd McClendon is running the club. Now, Rafi Belliard, you saw Rafi, that's one of the coaches there. Good infielder with the Braves for so many years. One of my former players in Dominican Winter League, my shortstop.
Yeah, and Belliard, works with the infielders. And,
yeah, right there, Rafi, right there.
There he is. McClendon, the hitting coach.
And then you got Gene Lamont, who was a pretty good manager in his own right.
That's right.
Coaching third base. So Jimmy's got some ex-managers around him.
Yeah, McClendon with the Pirates, I think, spent 5 years managing the Pirates.
There's Gene. He and Leland have been longtime friends.
Yep. And Lamont managed both the White Sox and the Pirates. It was a close pitch, up a little bit. 3-2. Chopped out to Brignac. His throw to first. It's Johnny Damon. 3 ground ball outs. Bottom of the 4th coming. Crawford, Longoria, and Pena do no score. For either team, Matt Garza has been very good through 4 innings. He's made 57 pitches. We'll take a look at some of his pitching excellence here. He started the game by striking out Austin Jackson to him 3 straight fastballs. Our Hanscott replay. Got Cabrera on a fastball away. Laird on a fastball up. And he's been backed up by outstanding defense. And as we go to the 5th, Miguel Cabrera leads it off. Takes a big cut and fouls the fastball. Well, Cabrera starts the day 7 points behind Josh Hamilton at hitting. As you see Garza's line. Cabrera came in hitting .350 and Hamilton .357. Cabrera's 3 home runs behind Bautista. Jose Bautista has 27 and Cabrera 24. There's a high fly ball deep to center. Upton will have room though. Not yet to the track, and he makes the catch. And Cabrera's RBI lead is 7 over Alex Rodriguez, who continues his hunt for home run number 600 in Cleveland tonight. Rodriguez hit on the hand yesterday by a pitch.
Yeah, he's playing.
But he's back in the lineup tonight. And the Yankees and the Indians are tied 1-1 at the end of 5.
I don't know if Josh Hamilton's going to cool off anytime soon. Boy, when he caught fire, it's been, what, 2 months now?
And he's got such a great park. If you can take the Texas summers, he's got a great park to hit in.
Yeah, he does, and he's got a lot of help around him, too, in that lineup. That's as tough a lineup as there is in the American League. Maybe in baseball, the Rangers.
1-1 the count to Brennan Bosch.
Had to lose one right there. Why not? Got a fastball.
One out. 1-1 the count. It's ball 2. Matt Garza has never beaten the Tigers. He's 0-4 against them. This is his 7th career start against Detroit. And he picks up the strike zone there around the knees, and it's a 2-2 count.
That's a good pitch. You just saw the scroll a moment ago. The top 2 rookie hitters in the American League. It's off the outside corner, and he gets the call. Matt Garza will take it. Jackson and Bosch, top 2 rookies in the American League in hitting.
Upstairs. So the count is full. It's the 4th full count Garza has had tonight. On deck, Ryan Rayburn. 3-2 to Bosch. Fouls it out of play. So we'll do it again. Garza and Scherzer tonight. Tomorrow night, Justin Verlander for Detroit. The Rays counter with James Shields. Pops him up on the infield. Bartlett at shortstop. 2 gone. And it's now time to look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Same 2 teams tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. That's a 12:10 Thursday start. Yankees are in, followed by the Twins on this homestand. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. And Rayburn takes one down. 1 ball, no strikes.
It's a pretty good pitch. A little flinch behind the plate there by Ed Hickox.
On hop to short. Bartlett up with it. The throw to first in time. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. We head into the bottom half of inning 5. No score. Garza has given the Tigers nothing. A walk, and that man was erased on a double play. And Scherzer shutting down the Rays on just 2 walks through 5.
Yeah, he's been great in a variety of fastballs, up the ladder, good sliders, and mixing his changeup to go with it. Excellent command. Both guys tonight.
So that's the story of this game so far. We go to the 6th, and Don Kelly leads off. Fouls that first pitch fastball back, strike 1. Brandon Inge out with the fracture on his left hand, and Kelly's playing third now. Fouls it back, 0-2. Laird next, and then Worth. They lost Maglio Ordonez with the fracture of the right ankle Saturday, and 2 innings later they lost Carlos Guillen with the right calf strain.
You're talking about 2 pretty good professional type hitters. Good situation hitters.
Ball stayed wide. It's 1-2. Tigers started the day 2 games out in the Central, running third. Ground ball over the mound to short. Bartlett's throw to first, picked by Pena. Kelly's out. Bartlett to Pena, 1 away. And just a reminder, be on the lookout for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game. Gerald Laird. Garza got Laird on a fastball up out of the strike zone. His first time up there. One and one. Year-old catcher Laird spent some time, in fact most of his big league time, with the Texas Rangers. And a fly ball back down the middle to center field. Upton going back and makes the catch a couple steps short of the track. 2 outs.
You got to be strong to hit it out of center field here. You got underneath it a little bit. Gave it a ride to BJ. Casually went back, just tracked it all the way. He knew it wasn't going anywhere. The old shin guard issue right there. They got those pads now on the back of them. It's kind of when you squat down, it kind of protects you a little bit and gives you a little extra padding and cushion. You can kind of rest a little bit. Personally, I didn't care for those when I caught because I thought it could make you lazy if you sat on those too much. If you want to strengthen your legs by being on the balls of your feet, but that's the new wave today. See, he kind of sits on those there, a little cushion. Now
takes a strike.
Now in the bullpen, that's a good idea.
Yep. Yeah.
When you're catching in spring training, you're catching 8 or 9, 10 guys a day in the bullpen. You're down there for 2 hours. That's a pretty good idea. During the game, I was never a big fan of that myself, but to each his own.
Worth takes it to right field, and Zobrist is there to make the catch. And so through 6 innings, Garza has faced the minimum number of hitters. No score. Bottom of the 6th coming. Fence in this game tonight so far. Be sure and start your weekend at Friday Fest, presented by Captain Morgan. Come on out Friday, the 30th, for Festival Latino. Rays take on the Yankees, and the first 10,000 fans receive a Los Rays t-shirt presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Stick around for the post-game concert with Los Lobos. Just in case the air conditioning gets too cold here, his ears are very sensitive. 72 perfect degrees right now. There's Kelly shopping.
I think Gary has one of those. Gary Nichols.
I think he does.
I think I saw him wearing that the other night.
I've seen him in public wear that.
Is that Kevin's Longoria's commercial? You took my cap?
Yeah, that's right. That guy has Gary's cap. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chopik called out on a fastball up his first time. Two and one. Upton walked in the 3rd. Bartlett walked in the 5th. Both Rays runners wound up at 3rd. The only base runner for Detroit was a 2nd inning walk to Bosch, and he was eliminated on a 5-4-3 double play. A dandy pitch. Slider for strike 2.
See, I tell you, he doesn't fool around with that cutter. He's got a great slider, and he stays with it because he's got depth with it. Good action going away and down from the hitter. A 2-2 count. And
Shopik is out on strikes. He came right back with a slider. Chalks up his 7th strikeout of the night. For a limited time, you can take advantage of the Autoway Buy 3 Get 1 free tire special at all Autoway dealerships. Go to AutoWayServiceCenters.com for locations and to schedule your appointment. Ben Zobrist looks at a pitch down.
I got to tell you, I was surprised. I'm not saying that because he's pitching great tonight. I was surprised when the D-backs traded Max Scherzer, included him in any deal. I thought the Tigers, and no disrespect to anybody else, I mean, Edwin Jackson threw a no-hitter here, but I was really surprised they gave up this arm with this kind of stuff in command. Because he pitched out of the bullpen for a while and went back to starting. He was always going to be a starter. That's a tough arm for a young guy to give up on him.
It's a strike, and it's 2-1. Yeah, you're right. I just wonder. I mean, he's never really had any serious issues, but he has spent some time with shoulder issues.
A little bit, yeah. I think that was probably a little bit of concern. But, I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, stuff moves. Great changeup right there.
Now it goes to 2-2 on this pitch.
Yeah, he came down and in 3 pitches, and this one's a good 4 or 5 inches off the outside corner. But we've seen that pitch called tonight for both sides.
And now the count is full. Slider biting down out of the strike zone.
Now, I think Arizona will tell you, well, we got Edwin Jackson, but also in that deal we got Ian Kennedy, who really they're really pretty high on. But now there's rumblings that, you know, Edwin Jackson, or people are asking for him in a trade.
3-2, and there's ball 4. Zobrist draws the walk, his 57th of the year. He's in the top 5 in the American League in walks. Bring the family out for Family Fun Day, presented by the St. Petersburg Times Sunday. It'll be the first day of August. The Rays take on the Yankees, and the first 10,000 youngsters 14 and under receive the Jeff Neiman Growth Chart, presented by Grove Financial Federal Credit Union. Visit RaysBaseball.com for tickets. Carl Crawford with a man at first and 1 out. A little toss over there. Zobrist 19 of 21 in the steal department. The Rays do have 3 stolen bases tonight.
They've run early a couple of times, so the Tigers are throwing over there. This might be a time to see if Carl can, you know, find a hole there on the right side. They're probably going to pitch off the outside corner to give Laird a chance to throw somebody out. So I think early that's what you're going to see, pitches off the outside corner.
And the pitch is wide. 1-0. Fastball away from Crawford.
Two things happen when you do that, when you call, you know, 2-seamers or 4-seamers away. Number one, you get a strikeout there. It's not a pitch out. Number two, you give the catcher something good to throw on. They've also seen that Carl has hit some home runs, and he can turn on a slider down and in if you make a mistake, or a fastball. With a left-handed hitter, it's a tougher pitch to throw on when you're a catcher setting up inside.
1-0, and he fouls it back. He went after that fastball. 1-1.
Yeah, got a good pitch to hit right there. And to me, early, that's good thinking by Ben Zobrist to let Crawford see if he can get a couple of pitches to hit. Still in a pitch out count here, too.
And a move. Zobrist is back in. Now in the past, if you give Laird a shot, he's likely to throw you out. He's thrown out 36% of the runners attempting to steal this year.
That's right.
And again to first. And back in. And the Rays have their third base runner of the night. All three have come on walks. Crawford fouls it back. Another fastball.
Yep. Interference.
And Crawford's going to head to first. So Crawford taking a cut. Lloyd McClendon startled by that call. As Zobrist moves to second, and Crawford on catcher's interference will take over and go to first.
Well, Carr lets it get deep, and it just ticks the catcher's glove of Gerald Laird right there. Now the runner wasn't going, so he just did his normal, hey, I'm just going to try to catch the pitch and see how low he's setting up. He's not getting out early to try to throw anybody out, so a little bit of surprise. But Carl, we've seen him do that 3 or 4 times this year because he lets the ball get deep.
Here's Evan Longoria. The pitch is down. Ball, no strikes. The catcher's interference and an error charge to Laird. A ball, no strikes, the count on Longoria. Turn back to second. Rhymes trying to hold Zobrist close to second base. Taken down and away. 2-0.
Evan did strike out in the 4th inning, but he had good swings early in the count on fastballs. He fouled them right back. Ended up striking out on a 95 fastball. Oh, but now he's got the count in his favor.
A 2-0 count. That's a strike dropped in there.
Yeah, that's a hanging slider dropped in there. Gerald Laird's going out to talk to him. That's a slider. That's a slider in the wheelhouse, and it looked like it was going to be a ball. Although Evans stayed in there, he kept his shoulder in, his hip in. He didn't buckle on it. Just not a pitch he was looking for. He was looking for a fastball. But that one could have been hit a long way.
Turn, but nothing doing at second. Rhymes breaking to the bag, and Zobrist back in head first. Two and 1 to count on Longoria. And it's low. 3 balls and a strike. 1 out. Zobrist walked, and Crawford fouled the pitch back, but the bat made contact with Laird Smith for catcher's interference. Now 3-1 to Evan. And it's fouled up the right side and headed for the stands. Down all the way full now.
Yeah, he got a cookie right there. He got a pitch he wanted. He got beat on it a little bit. 93. 3-1 count. Pretty good pitch to hit. A little bit off the end. A little bit of running action to it.
3-2 now. And that's ball 4 inside. Second walk of the inning, and the bases are loaded. So the Rays with a major threat here in the 6th.
A 3-2 changeup right there. He just beat Evan with a fastball, and he came back with a changeup and missed badly.
So a conference on the mound here for the Detroit Tigers. Meanwhile, the Indians are batting in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they have a 2-1 lead on New York. Matt Laporta has just doubled, so they have a man in scoring position, and they hold a 2-1 lead.
I think the Indians are going to make a difference down the stretch here because they've got some good young players that are relaxed and getting a chance to play now. They don't have the pressure of thinking, hey, I'm going to go back to the minors if I go for 4.
Yeah, and they have young players looking forward as opposed to sometimes you get a couple of veteran players and they're looking toward the end of the season. Yeah. Those young players are looking to impress and well. And they got Chu back and Asdrubal Cabrera, which helps a lot. 2 very good players.
Yeah.
Well, they're loaded. 1 out. Carlos Pena about to step in. Zobrist at third. Crawford at second. Longoria at first.
You take those numbers. 7 grand slams, 321 with the bases loaded.
And he takes the pitch wide. No ball, no strikes. Scherzer starting him with the pitch that walked Longoria. Changeup.
That's a good take right there. 82. Because Carlos for sure is looking for a fastball. He was able to spit on that changeup.
And a ground ball foul up the right side. He came back with another one. Well, the Rays had Upton at third in the third. They had Bartlett at third in the fifth. They had the bases loaded in the sixth, and all of that without the benefit of a hit. And a swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Well, Scherzer's got a lot of movement on this 93 fastball right there. Up and away. Bullpen's up.
Robbie Weinhardt throwing.
Mid-90s with the pitch count for Scherzer.
And that's up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. When's the last time you saw this? A guy hasn't given up any hits, and now there's bullpen activity.
This is not going to be Edwin Jackson 149 pitches tonight. Guarantee you that. Scherzer got it up to 123 in his last outing against Texas. Gave up no earned runs in 7 innings.
And that's going to be ball 3. So a full count. A couple of walks in the air in between. Bases loaded, and that's a close pitch.
Very close as it backs Carlos away a little bit. 93.
Three and 2 the count to Pena. He strikes him out. Fastball got him. Pena went to 3-2. And Scherzer got him on the fastball.
Yeah, you got to go with his best pitch. Kind of knew he was going to try to go fastball up, and that's exactly what he did. It was ball 4. Tough pitch to lay off of, though. It's near the top part of the zone. And Carlos couldn't catch up. That's what Scherzer's been doing with 2 strikes when he's trying to get that strikeout. Of course, with the bases loaded, 1 out, that's exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah, if he doesn't strike you out with a slider, he's striking you out with a high fastball.
That's right. That's been his pattern tonight.
So the bases are still loaded with 2 outs, and Matt Joyce will bat.
Well, it's a lot of what we're talking about earlier tonight, Dwayne, what you said, the Rays will get the guys in the scoring position and at third base, but it's the strikeouts that have hurt them this year.
And here's Matt. Takes the pitch low. Joyce, the only hitter in the Rays lineup who had even faced Scherzer. He'd gone 0 for 3 against him before tonight. He's grounded to first, and he chased a high fastball for strike 3 in the 5th inning. pitch about to be made, but time called. The ball loose from the bullpen. Tigers have added a left-hander to their activity down there, Brad Thomas. And a tap foul. So 1-1 count. Scherzer just over 100 pitches now.
Yeah, and he came off a 123 in his last outing and being taxed pretty good here in the 5th and the 6th inning for pitch count.
And that's ball 2 down, 2-1. Close to 30 pitches here in this inning. And he takes ball 3, so it's 3-1. That was his 30th pitch of the inning, and it's all of these pitches in a short time. He'd made only 49 through 4, but ran into the 5th inning, and even though he faced just 4 men, that long at bat by Bartlett made it a 23 pitch inning, and now 30 here in the 6th. And a liner, broken bat line shot up the right side, foul and out of play. Part of that barrel in wound up down at first by Cabrera. And the count is full.
Matt got a pretty good pitch to hit too in a 3-1 count. He was zoning him exactly where he wanted it. Scherzer trying to go away. This ball's right down the middle. And he got it off the end of the bat a little bit as he tried to clear his hips. Don't hit Cabrera, says the Tigers, of all people. Need another injury.
So another pitch to be made. 3-2. Here it is. And a long drive deep down the right field line. That ball is gone. A grand slam home run for Matt Joyce. The first hit of the ball game for either team is a grand slam home run. The 3rd home run of the year for Joyce and his 2nd grand slam of the year. 4-0 Tampa Bay.
Well, whatever Matt's been doing as a DH is working. Staying ready. He talked about that in the pregame show with Todd Callis. He got a fastball, almost an identical pitch as the 3-1. I mean, it really was. And Matt knew he kept it fair as soon as he made contact.
Now the Rays grab a 4-0 lead, and here's Bartlett taking a slider for a strike. So Matt Joyce with his 2nd grand slam of the year and of his big league career.
You saw a little hug by Carlos Pena. I guarantee you Carlos is probably saying, hey, thanks for picking me up. But that's what your 5 hitters got to do. That's what the Rays have been looking for. Consistency hitting behind a Carlos Pena.
Pitch a bit inside. It's 1-2. His other grand slam came against the Minnesota Twins in Minnesota. And he hits one tonight here at Tropicana Field. There's a little looper and a base hit into center for the 2nd hit of the night for the Rays. Bartlett on for the 2nd time with a walk and now a single. And Scherzer well over 30 pitches here in the 6th inning now. How about Joyce? And here comes Lloyd McClendon. Well, Scherzer had not given up a hit until the home run, the grand slam home run by Matt Joyce. Now a base hit by Bartlett and a call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all. The the lead on the grand slam by Matt Joyce.
And here it was, the three. There's a number 5 there in your Fox Tracks, and here comes number 6, identical, right over it, exact same location, right down the center of your screen there on Fox Tracks. And this one he didn't miss. The first one got out in front a little bit as it cleared his hips, broke his bat, hit it fouled on the right field line. This one he kept fair inside the foul pole.
Brad Thomas, the lefty, on to face the left-handed bat of Reed Brignac, and the start of a move and a throw to first. Bartlett is back in. So the Rays have 4 runs, 2 hits. The Rays, even though Scherzer had not given up a hit, they pushed him for a lot of innings in the last 2, or a lot of pitches in the last 2 innings, in the 5th and 6th. Brignac takes a strike. Joyce, the other grand slam he hit against the Twins in Minnesota, was a pinch hit grand slam in the 8th inning off Matt Garza. He did have a home run in Baltimore on the just completed road trip, and another grand slam tonight. 2 strikes the count on that foul ball.
It's interesting. We were talking about DHing, and what do you do between innings to stay loose? Guys will usually hit a little bit, get ready, or hit off even a soft toss into a net. Usually doing something, but Matt's not used to DHing, but it worked out tonight.
Over to first, back in standing is Bartlett. Has put up a couple in the 8th inning to take a 3-2 lead on the Indians. Brignac fouls one away. So the count is still 2 strikes to the Rays' second baseman. Rays have drawn 4 walks tonight. 4 runs off Scherzer, and Bartlett is responsible to his account. Swing and a miss. Brignac missed the fastball to retire the side, but the Rays send 8 men to the plate. They score 4, and they all came on the first hit of the game. This, a grand slam home run off the bat of Matt Joyce. 4-0 Tampa Bay. On the grand slam by Matt Joyce, and they lead 4-0. Max Scherzer pitched 5 2/3, 108 pitches, 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He struck out 8 and walked 4. And now Matt Garza, who's made 77 pitches through 6 innings, faces the top of the order here in the 7th, and it's a high fastball to Austin Jackson, ball 1. Garza has faced the minimum number of hitters through 6, giving up just 1 base runner. That was a 2nd inning walk to Brennan Bosch, and then Rayburn grounded into a double play. 2-0 the count to Jackson.
And not an easy double play.
No, it was started by Longoria behind the bag. A good throw and a nice turn at second by Brignac.
He threw a bullet over there to Reed Brignac, and Brignac turned it very quickly.
With a strike, it's now 2-1.
Yeah, Reed's been impressive, playing second or short, now swinging the bat, hit some home runs on the road trip. Joe Maddon has some good pieces to work with. He can mix and match a lot.
And a wave and a miss by Jackson.
It's a good fastball off the outside corner right there. Gets Jackson to chase that. Little bit of movement too, fading away from him.
Went wide right there, and the count is full.
crowd wanted it, but it was away. It's a good call.
And a high fly ball into center. Upton is right there for it. He'll make the catch. So that's one away here in the 7th inning. So Garza has been very, very good tonight as Will Rhymes prepares to step in. Rhymes 0 for 2, and he was victimized by Pena's glove work in the 4th inning. He came up with the ball hit on the ground, and Garza covered at first to retire the Detroit second baseman. Breaking ball stayed up. 1 ball, no strikes. This one is down 2-0. Doing 1. So far, the results of Garza's work tonight reminiscent of a couple other outings when one of those games in Boston he wound up pitching 2 outs into the 8th inning and gave up just a hit, no runs. In a lopsided game, the Rays won 13-0 up there, or here at the Trop, against the Red Sox, and Jacoby Ellsbury had the only hit. That was an infield hit to lead off the 7th inning of that game. And then Garza did not stay around to finish it as the Rays won 13-0. Pitch is down and the count is full. And the other one would be the game he pitched 2 years ago against the Marlins on the road, when he pitched 9 innings and faced just 1 man over the minimum. Ground ball to second. Brignac has it, and his throw to first. So 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And in that game, Garza gave up a home run to Hanley Ramirez, and that was the only hit and the only run he gave up in that 6-1 victory. And ironically, he went 9 and also threw 108 pitches in that game. The same number of pitches he threw in that gym he had going against the Red Sox here at Tropicana Field last year. Here's the first pitch, and Johnny Damon hits a high fly ball right center. Zobrist and Upton, and it's Upton to make the catch. 1, 2, 3. Go the Tigers. Garza has faced only 21 through 7. 4-0 Rays. Our ball game moves into the 8th inning. Matt Garza alone with his thoughts out there as he begins to open the 8th. He's faced the minimum number of hitters through 7. The only base runner he's given up was a 2nd inning walk for Brennan Bosch, and he was erased on a double play. Miguel Cabrera, the Triple Crown contender, leads off the 8th inning, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
And for Miguel Cabrera, he comes in with 24 home runs, and he's now 4 behind Jose Bautista because Jose has homered tonight for the Blue Jays.
The 0-1, and there's a strike, a curveball, and a dandy.
Not going to get much better than that curve right there, right over the top and right on the corner. That's a beauty.
Nasty. Garza quickly ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball.
Right idea. They're trying to go up the ladder. Miguel Cabrera had a notion to go, but the ball sailed away from him. He was able to hold up.
The 1-2 into the dirt. 2-2. Garza had made 90 pitches through 7. And he's 2-2 to Cabrera to begin the 8th. Pitch is foul, the fastball. Garza's coming off the outing in Baltimore, in which he gave up 4 home runs, 3 consecutive home runs, 7 runs and 6 1/3. His last start here at the Trop, he pitched 6 shutout innings of 1-hit baseball against Cleveland. There's a line drive into left, and Crawford's there to catch it. A well-hit ball, but Crawford was right there. 1 away here in the 8th.
Well, he just dropped the head on that one. Cabrera. That's a great play by Carl Crawford. Not easy. Take a look at Matt Garza tonight. Fastball's up in the zone. He's in command on both sides of the plate with the fastball. He's gone up the ladder, north and south. There's a great double play turned by Brainiac after a great feed by Longoria. And that's one pitch out to end the 7th inning.
Here's Bosch, who's been the only base runner tonight for Detroit. And he takes a curveball that stayed up and away. 1-0. He walked in the 2nd inning and was erased on Rayburn's double play ball. So to this point, Garza has faced the minimum number of hitters. And it's fouled back. 1-1 the count.
Big swing by Brennan Bosch right there. He got a fastball up. Fouled it straight back.
3 strikeouts tonight for Garza. He had 1 each in each of the first 3 innings. And that's foul out of play. Putting Garza up in the count, 1-2.
Now, it's been shown tonight that if you get that outside corner to lefties and off the plate a little bit, you can get a call. He's got the count to do it on right here. I think Bosch knows that.
Now the 1-2. And a breaking ball is bounced foul. Holding the count right where it is. We're in the top of the 8th. Garza reaching 100 pitches. The 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he's been working that rectangle tonight. And Kelly Shopik, I think, has done a nice job too, because when they're trying to go up the ladder for strikeouts, he's accentuating that with his target.
And the pitch is away. Fastball off the plate. And the count is full. And Garza has had a full count now on 3 of the last 4 hitters he's faced, as he goes all the way out to Bosch.
That's why it was surprising Damon swung at that first pitch in the 7th to end the inning. Usually he's the one that does work the count.
3-2, he got it. Fastball, and Bosch is out on strikes. Strikeout number 4 for Garza. And out number 2 in the 8th inning.
And no hesitation by Ed Hickox on strike 3. We were talking about the balls off the outside corner. Well, that ball was a little bit off the outside corner. But that pitch has been called tonight for both sides, by the way, not just Matt Garza. Overhead shot will show it's off the outside corner. That's what we were talking about earlier. That's a pitch you can get tonight.
Now it's Ryan Rayburn. And he takes a fastball for a first pitch strike.
When you're showing command, though, on that side of the plate, you're going to get a couple of more inches in your favor.
And a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Good bite, good depth on this one. Excellent.
So the fans here, better than 17,000, cheering for Garza to get the final out in the 8th. And a fastball is fouled straight back. He challenged him with the fastball up.
Yep, again, we've seen that 6 or 8 times tonight at least. Up with the fastball, 2 strikes. Kelly Shafik setting up. I'll tell you, Rayburn, he got on top of that pretty good. That was a nice swing. Good protection swing.
The 0-2 pitch to be made again. He got him. He struck him out. Got him on a slider. Rayburn is out on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 8th. 5 strikeouts on the night. Through 8. Garza still has faced only the minimum number. BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. 5-Hour Energy. Hour of Energy now. No 2:30 feeling later. Visit 5hourenergy.com. And by AutoWay. If you need a car, truck, or van, who you going to call? AutoWay. Call 1-800-SHOP-AutoWay. Back at Tropicana Field. Take a look at the score, 4-0. The Rays have the only hits of the game. One, a grand slam home run by Matt Joyce. And to lead off the bottom of the 8th, Carl Crawford takes a fastball for ball 1. Crawford reached in the 6th inning on catcher's interference. So he's officially 0 for 2. And the pitch is down 2-0. Kevin, if you're Matt Garza, you have a 4-run lead, and you just as soon get right back out there.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And
there's a shot back into deep center field. Jackson back, looking up, and it's gone. Home run for Carl Crawford. His 12th of the year. It comes on a 2-0 pitch, and the Rays take a 5-0 lead.
Well, we've talked about Carl. I mean, once in a while, he gets a cookie, he'll drive it out of the ballpark, and that's not easy to do at this part of the park, dead center like that. That pitch is down, and it's middle away. Overhead shot will show you. And he goes down and gets through it. And that is home run number 12 for Carl Crawford. It was a bullet.
So the Rays have hit 2 home runs tonight, accounting for all 5 of their runs. A grand slam by Joyce and a solo shot now by Crawford. 1 strike the count to Evan. Longoria takes this one down, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, he had a couple of good swings in his last at bat when he had interference called by the umpire Eddie Hickox on Gerald Laird. But he had 2 good swings on Scherzer fastballs. I just missed him. He did miss that one. But you're right, getting back to Matt Garza. Yeah, he wants to get right back out there and keep on the flow. He'll take an extra run or so, but don't make it too long of an inning.
1-2 now. And there's a 1-hopper to second. Grimes up with it, and a toss to first for the out. It's time to check out the Haynes Comfort Zone. The Detroit bullpen has been good as of late. The Rays get to Gonzalez for a run here in the 8th, but overall they're the 4th best in the American League.
Yeah, and they've got that horse at the end when they close in Valverde. They are number 1 in save percentage in Major League Baseball, the Tigers, at 82.8%.
Carlos Pena takes the pitch outside. 1-0.
Well, the Tigers are doing this without Joel Zamaya. That injury that he had with his arm, well, that was awful to look at.
Pena chops it. Cabrera with the toss to Gonzalez. That's out number 2. Garza over there in the Rays dugout. He'll be facing the bottom 3 in the order in the 9th inning. Staying focused. Joyce gets a good hand as he's announced and prepares to hit against Gonzalez. Matt 1 for 3. And he shoots one foul, and George Hendrick hustles to get out of the way. We'll take a look at tonight's Taste Greatness moment. On a 3-2 pitch, Matt Joyce hit one out of here down the right field line for his second grand slam of the season.
Identical pitches, 3-1 and 3-2. Just to keep it fair.
2. Slider biting down and in, and the count is 2 strikes. That home run in the 6th was the very first hit of this game by either side. And he's called out on strikes. Slider. And so the Rays are finished in the 8th. They pick up a run on the home run by Carl Crawford. 1 run, a hit, nobody left. And so it's a 5-0 ball game at the end of 8. And Matt Garza, who has faced the minimum number of hitters through the first 8, will go to the mound. Started by establishing command of the fastball early.
He sure did. He went up and in early to a lot of the right-handed hitters, especially Miguel Cabrera, and then he finished a lot of them off away. He also, when he got a hit with 2 strikes, he went up the ladder, north and south. The slider right there to finish off the 8th inning on Rayburn, and then some 3 great defensive plays. This first one, a double play ball turned by Brignac on a Longoria feed. But also a great Ben Zobrist catch earlier in the game, and a nice backhanded stop down the line by Carlos Pena. So really 3 great defensive plays, and in most situations, like you're looking at the numbers right there, you've got to have great defense behind you. But when you're pounding the zone, you will have great defense behind you, and Matt Garza has pounded the strike zone tonight.
And we take a look at Garza's line, 107 pitches. He's 3 outs away from baseball history and Rays history. Let's check in with Todd.
Watching the dugout in between innings, you can see that Matt Garza, normally he's focused. He was at the bottom level of that bench, the rest of the team at the upper level. The other interesting thing to see, in addition to Garza, their spots. Everybody, wherever they were sitting, they're sitting there right now, guys.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it now.
That's the truth.
A special moment here at Tropicana Field with a chance to get even better. It will be Don Kelly to lead off the 9th. Garza with 5 strikeouts. The only thing he's given up tonight was a walk back in the 2nd inning to Brennan Bosch, and he was almost immediately erased on that 5-4-3 double play. And so here we go. Kelly has hit a fly ball to left and is grounded out to shortstop. A deep breath by Garza, and he's set to start the 9th. And the pitch, a fastball, is fouled back. Strike 1.
And Matt has maintained about 92, 93 all night long with his fastball. And he has pretty much stayed under control with his delivery.
Keep in mind, Garza has never beaten the Detroit Tigers. He is 0-4 lifetime against this team. And that one just missed. The crowd groans. They're doing a little umpiring along with Ed Hickox tonight. Kelly takes the fastball wide. It's 2-1. It's a rarefied position for Garza to be in right now. And the pitch is inside. 3-1. Well, he did have those 2 full counts in the 7th inning and went 3-2 to Bosch in the 8th, and now he's 3-1 to Kelly, leading off the 9th. Kelly pops it up, foul. That will carry out a play. Longoria up against the stands just in case, but that ball was well out of play.
I love that. I think Evan wanted to go about 10 rows deep to catch that one.
Yeah, these defenders will leave nothing to chance now.
No, you feel that too. They know what's going on. They want to make a play for Mac. If they can take a foul out pop fly, they'll do that too.
So he's back full with Kelly after falling behind him. And a ground ball to second. Brignac with the pickup and the toss. That's one.
Well, once again, a nice comeback by Matt Garza. He got behind 3-1 and came right back and threw strikes.
So Kelly bounces out to Brignac.
And that ball's up and away off the outside corner, but that ball we've seen tonight be called a third strike. So Kelly's swinging, and rightfully so. Too close to take.
Now the veteran catcher, Darrell Laird, steps in. He's one of the 5 strikeouts posted by Garza. And he swings at that first pitch fastball and fouls it back. Strike one.
Yeah, and Matt has really been effective going up the ladder tonight. Pretty good swing by Laird, though, but that's been pretty noticeable tonight. He's gone north and south with his fastball more so than in recent outings. And it's been very effective.
That pitch is a strike. And Hickok's on the call, and Laird shakes his head.
Well, the one thing about Ed Hickok, he's been very decisive tonight, very quick, and no hesitation in his calls. And he was certain that he saw Laird go on that slider.
0-2 the count. And a foul back. Fastball right there. Again, the closest Garza has ever come was that great outing he had against the Marlins. That was on the road on the 26th of June in 2008. This is the 26th of July in 2010. And the 0-2. Strike 3 call. He got him on the outside corner. And Laird has a few parting words for Ed Hickox.
Well,
strikeout number 6.
That last pitch was outstanding. That's a slider. After a couple of fastballs that Laird was on. Good slider. Had plenty of the plate. No question about that one. Good finish by Matt Garza, and he's under control.
1 out to get. Ramon Santiago will pinch hit for Danny Wirth. And the pitch is down. Santiago, lifetime 0 for 2 with a walk against Garza, and he's pinch hitting for Wirth, who twice tonight had gone out to right field, and the first time it was on a good catch by Zobrist out there back in the 3rd. Right now it's Garza and Santiago. And the foul ball back. 1-1. The crowd cheering every pitch here, looking for the final out. Matt Garza trying to make Rays history and baseball history. The 1-1. Santiago, it's a fly ball to right. He's going to get it. Zobrist makes the catch, and this game is over. Matt Garza has faced 27 hitters, and has thrown a no-hitter. The first no-hitter in Rays history, and he is mobbed behind the mound. A 5-0 final. First no-hitter in Rays history, thrown tonight by Matt Garza.
Well, the Rays have seen enough against them the last 2 years. It was time, and this was Matt's night, and he established that early from pitch 1.
Garza being hugged by Crawford and Pena. Congratulated by all of his teammates one at a time. And a great moment here to begin this most important homestand for the Rays. And Garza does it in great style. He faced only 27 hitters. Only one man reached, and that was a 1-out second inning walk drawn by Brennan Bosch. rush, and he was erased on a double play off the bat of Ryan Rayburn. On a good play by Longoria, and around the horn double play, hugged by Bartlett.
And I'll tell you who else is happy about this. As a catcher, you feel it too. You want it, especially when you get to that ninth inning. You want it just as bad sometimes as the pitcher. So nice job by Kelly Shopping. Really worked him well, set up well, and really went north and south with the fastball. He calling some pitches up in his own and giving him a good target with that.
And here's the final out. Santiago hitting the fly ball into short right. Zobrist had it all the way, and the celebration begins as the Rays see Matt Garza throw a no-hitter, the first in Rays history. For Garza, his 11th win of the year. He came close in 08 when he faced just 28 hitters and gave up one hit to the Florida Marlins. Hanley Ramirez hit a home run that day as Garza struck out 10 and walked one. Tonight, he walks only one, faces only 27, strikes out 6.
Tell you, when you look
at the no-hitter.
When you look at Matt too, Dwayne, he's very much under control, even in the celebration afterwards. You know, and that was really key for him. And he never got out of his delivery, even when he got behind a few times there in the last couple of innings.
You know, Kevin, early we saw him throw one fastball after another, and Kelly Shopping was intent upon establishing that fastball and have it not only under control but with great command.
It was all about fastball command for him. There's no question about it. And he's not just talking about fastballs down the middle. Fastballs on the outside corner. I thought particularly for me was his sequence to Cabrera, his first at bat, Miguel Cabrera. Went right under his hands twice, got ahead, and then struck him out with a 93 fastball away.
You know, it was interesting because they talked about how they were going to deal with Cabrera. And Garza had made the statement, well, he's not going to be protected the way he has been. But tonight he went right at him.
He did. Absolutely he did.
Take a look at the final 9 hitters. He got Jackson, Rhymes, and Damon in the 7th. Then got Cabrera on this line drive here in the 8th inning. They got a called third strike on Bosch. Rayburn struck out on the slider. And that set up the 9th inning. Kelly on the ground ball to second. Laird on a slider away. Laird didn't like it. And the pinch hitter Santiago on the fly ball to right. And that wrapped it up and gave the Rays the win. And Matt Garza, a piece of baseball immortality. He's now Matt no-hit Garza with this no-hitter over Detroit.
And you know the ball that Cabrera hit in the 8th inning to Crawford, it looked like Carl, it was in the lights. That was not an easy play. That was a line drive, a good fastball in off the inside corner. Carl made a great play, too. So there were no less than 4 super defensive plays tonight. If you look at Matt Garza's line, 9 innings and the rest zeros, only 1 walk, and that was turned into a double play in the 2nd inning. Turned beautifully from Longoria to Brignac to Carlos Pena.
Yeah, and there were, as you point out, the outstanding plays behind him. Not anything that you saw a hitter robbed of a hit, but nevertheless, outstanding defensive plays from the Rays. We've said it all year. They get great defense. It seems 3 to 5 outstanding plays tonight. And it started with that double play off the bat of Rayburn with Longoria deep behind the bag at third.
I think the line drive that Worth hit, I believe it was, that Ben Zobrist made, that ball looked like it was going to shoot over his head.
Yep.
And at the last instant, he reached up and caught it. I think that was the closest thing to a real hit tonight.
Yeah, let's take a look back at those defensive plays. Rayburn hitting into the double play, and Longoria with a nice turn by Brignac.
And here's the one I'm talking about right there. That's that drive to right field. Look at Ben reach up at the last instant, make the catch, and do a full somersault. Pena also saved a potential base hit.
Yeah, that was a ball hit by Will Rhymes. And then I agree with you on the ball that Cabrera hit to left. It was hard hit in the 8th inning. And Crawford was equal to that task. Well, a great night for the Rays and a great night for Matt Garza. Todd Callis is standing by on the field with Matt right now.
Dwayne, thank you so much. Matt, you've talked about this being a roller coaster season for you. I guess that was probably one of the biggest thrills you could ever imagine.
Oh yeah, it was a great night, great win. We played great defense tonight. Whenever ball was hit on the ground in the air, these guys were there, and timely hitting, man. Really can't say enough about it. It's just a lot easier to pitch away when those guys play the way they did, man. It was awesome. Shot behind the plate, threw down great numbers tonight, and what can you say, Joyce? He put us ahead. Without him, we'd still be playing.
That would be a little bizarre. What was it early? Did you guys almost go exclusively fastball the first time through the lineup?
Yeah. We wanted to establish it. We wanted to make it known that's what we're going to use. And we mixed our breaking ball here or there and just kept trying to drive it in there, just trying to stick it in there. And got lucky and got not good contact on most of them. Cabrera, when Cece made that play in the lights, I got a little nervous there, but that's, everything just was right tonight, and it feels great.
We've talked before. Sometimes you say you have great bullpen stuff warming up, and then it doesn't go out to the mound. What happened tonight? Did you have good stuff? Did you feel warming up?
No. Honestly, Tony, no, I didn't. My mechanics felt all off. Everything nothing felt right. Just, I just said, let's go with it. Just pound the strikes on the fastball, and let's get this thing rolling.
When you go into a start and your mechanics are off, like you said, when did they finally click in?
I was just doing some drills in between innings, trying to remind myself this is where I need to be, this is where I need to be. And when I got someplace I wasn't, I knew what it felt like to be in a different spot. So I was able to regroup and just adjust. And really can't say much, man.
Well, when you see a former teammate like Edwin Jackson throw one earlier this year, does that put in your mind, because everyone's talked about Matt Garza has the kind of stuff to throw a no-hitter, does that put in your mind that one of these nights it could happen for you?
No, it does, but it doesn't. Because the more you try, the more you avoid bats, and the more you're throwing pitches up there, and you're out by the fifth. Because I've been there, out by the third. But I just went out there and attacked the zone. That's the big thing they've been harping on me is just attack. Don't be afraid. Your stuff's good enough. And tonight I witnessed it. It is good enough. It is good enough to attack. And, Hickey's been telling me, just keep attacking. Don't worry about it. Keep attacking. And, tonight I just attacked. Shop called a great game. The defense played one hell of a game. And that clutch hitting with Joyce and Cece,
I guess you can't figure this season out, right? No matter what, you had that last start in Baltimore, and then you back it up with this start.
It doesn't matter as long as we get to October. We get to October, play for that big one, then I'll take whatever way we get there.
Well, it was a brilliant performance. Thanks for joining us tonight, Matt.
Thank you.
Matt Garza. Well, if they get to October, he's going to be a big part of it like he was the last time they played in the World Series, and he was the AL Championship Series MVP. Guys, Matt Garza, a no-hitter tonight. Back to you.
Well, Matt Garza throwing this no-hitter. In fact, he's thrown 13 2/3 no-hit baseball here at Tropicana Field dating back to the 10th of July in his last home start.
Over 17,000 people were there to see it. Of course, 80,000 people will say they were there to see it. Garza trying to bounce back from his worst performance of the year. Gave up 7 runs and 10 hits last Tuesday to the Orioles, but he gets Miguel Cabrera there. And then after a walk, Ryan Rayburn into the 5-4-3 double play. That will end the inning. Top of the third. Now, anytime you get 27 outs in a no-hitter, there's going to be a defensive gem. This was it. Danny Worth with a liner, Ben Zobrist. Zobrist is 6'4". He needed every inch to make the grab to help out his pitcher. Bottom third, B.J. Upton on first after a walk. Upton takes off for second. He's called safe by second base umpire Marty Foster. Jim Leland hustles out to the dugout. Leland and Foster find out what they each had for dinner. And then Foster listens and listens, and then he tosses Leland in the game. So Leland had to watch it on TV just like the rest of us. You see Danny Worth clearly tags Upton before he reaches the bag. So Leland had a point. Third base umpire Gary Cedarstrom has the whole Leland back. And he may be hearing from Bob Watson about that. Top 6, 2 outs. Garza gets Worth to fly out. Garza had a one-hitter in 2008. Never had a no-hitter before in his career. Rays had never had a no-hitter in franchise history. 8:41 p.m. Eastern. Garza no-hitter through 6 innings. It'd be a while again until he took them out. Max Scherzer gets Carlos Pena. 2 outs. Garza, he's a fiery guy, known for his emotion, but Cool as a cucumber there. Scherzer, no hits through 5 2/3. 2 walks and an error, though, had loaded the bases, and Matt Joyce unloaded them. First hit by either team in the game, and it's a grand slam. Second grand slam of the season and his career for Joyce, and the Rays up 4-0. So Garza finally back on the mound at 9:12 p.m. Eastern. Top 7, 2 outs, Johnny Damon. That's not going to hurt a bit, so Garza clear through 7. Armando Galarraga checking it out. Garza 6 outs away from the no-hitter. You know about Galarraga and that call. We won't mention it because it was bad enough for Detroit on Monday night. Top 8, Miguel Cabrera at the plate. Carl Crawford battling the lights, but making the grab. There's 1 away. Next batter is Brennan Bosch. May I help you? No thanks. I'm just looking. 2 away. Next batter is Rayburn. Swinging, but to no avail. Garza, no-hitter through 8. And they're starting to believe it at Tropicana Field. Rays up 5-0. Now scoreboard reads no hits for the Tigers. Garza needs just 3 outs for the no-hitter. Here's Don Kelly at the plate. That'll help. 2 outs away for Garza. Next batter is Gerald Laird. Breaking ball frozen. Garza 1 out away. Next batter is Ramon Santiago, pinch hitting. Here's how it sounded from ESPN and WDAE radio.
The 1-1. Up, fly ball, right field, and he's done it! Has thrown a no-hitter.
For the first time in franchise history, the Tampa Bay Rays have their own no-hitter.
Matt Garza making his mark in the year of the pitcher. 5th no-hitter in the majors this season as the Rays take it 5-0. 120 pitches for Garza. He struck out 6. Again, he gave him just the 1 walk, so he's that walk away from a perfect game. But the double play afterwards allowed him to face the minimum 27 batters. First no-hitter against the Tigers since 1990 when Randy Johnson did it against them for the Mariners. But this time, it's Garza.
Matt, thoughts about the no-hitter tonight? Thoughts about it?
Congratulations, first
Thank
of all.
you. First of all,
it's great. I was a walk away from being perfect. And that happened in the second inning. We got a double play out of it, and I was talking about that, but the best part about tonight is that we won. We keeping pace, we're keeping the heat on the Yankees up top, and they come in here in 3 more games, so I think that's what it's a little bigger right now than a no-hitter. It's getting back to that AL East game on top of the division, winning it and getting to October.
I don't know,
Did you think anything about, facing a guy who possibly could be the American League Triple Crown winner in the 8th inning?
I just know that he smoked 2 baseballs tonight. The changeup away in the 4th inning, 5th inning I thought was gone. One-handed and smoked it to the warning track, and then a fast one in the 8th inning that almost hit CC in the face. So, coming in, I just told myself, don't try to strike him out, don't try to do anything special, just contain him. And, just contain him as much as you can, because, I have a real bad feeling that this guy is going to be a Triple Crown winner. He's that good. He's that talented, and it was a fight, I'll tell you that.
Matt, what did it feel like when that final out was made?
I didn't know what to do. I was just so pumped, so excited, and really didn't know what to do. I just looked up and said, wow. And then I got bombarded by all the guys, and I know they couldn't be any happier. I was pumped. Me or anybody else, it's huge. It's what else can you say?
What was it like in the dugout for you? It's 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning.
It was fine. Everybody did their own thing. They didn't put any pressure, like stay quiet. It was still loud. Everybody's still having a good time. And when Joyce hit that ball, that's when it really erupted. And everybody's like, okay, cool. 4-0, let's go. And then CC hit that jug run in the the 8th or 8th. Yeah. So me going out there in the 9th, I noticed Shields in the same spot. Nothing really moved. I noticed Price and Nina and Davis in the same spot, and and I caught on about the 9th inning. I ran out there, and I just told myself, well, we go about this 2 ways. I could try not to get contact and get in trouble, or go at these guys. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I got a guy that come in the 9th inning and shut the door for me. So the most important thing tonight was about the win, and I really can't say much more about it.